Hello everyone, it's Quartet. I'm going to do another video. Today I'm going to be doing a video in response to James Griffiths, who has a great channel. He's got a lot of great content in his channel. Now he did this video and I thought it was really quite interesting that I wanted to do a response on it. So he basically was going to be showing rock and roll records, and I'm going to show you what rock and records I have and talk a bit about them, as well as other artists and links to some artists as well. So yeah, so we're going to talk about So the first one we've got up is a couple of compilations. This is the first one. This is called Legends and Heroes. Got recordings from Eddie Cochran, Ricky Nelson, Roy Orbison, Fats Domino, the Everly Brothers, and Gene Vincent. It's quite a cool compilation. You get a few songs from each artist. So that's quite interesting. Scaffold sleeve talks about the artists as well as their career. And it's on Stylus Music. This came out in 1989, this compilation. That one. And we have 25 Rockin' and Rollin' Greats. This is a 70s compilation from Quartet. This has loads of songs in here from like 50s, 60s. Loads of those recordings. It's on Quartet Records. Quartet, of course, being a famous compilation record company. They did a lot of these mixed records. This is one of the ones I have. So it's quite interesting. So now we're going to talk about some artists. The first kind of big artist in rock and roll was Elvis Presley. Now I'm not a huge Elvis fan, but he has got a lot of great songs. Of course, we know him from like the Sun Records era, Hound Dog, and That's Alright Mama. Those are great songs there. Yeah, he was of course one of the first big artists, big stars. He had a big influence on loads of acts. You know, the Beatles were a big fan of his. So were people like Bruce Springsteen and Tom Petty, Elton John. He influenced loads of people that followed Elvis, you know. And this is a double record set on Arcade Records. This is quite a very famous compilation that I'm sure loads of people have. 1975, I think this compilation came out. Yeah, I did a bit of research and I think it's 1975. This compilation. Yeah. No, yeah, that's that one. Yeah, I do quite like a bit of Elvis. Then we have Eddie Cochran as well. Of course, Eddie Cochran was a big rock and roller from America. You know, with, you know, songs like Come On Everybody, Summertime Blues, 20 Flight Rock, Hallelujah, I Love Her So. Yeah, loads of great songs, you know. And this is I think an 80s or 70s compilation on Fame through Liberty Records. So there's that one. Next up, one of my favourite rock and roll artists, Buddy Holly. You know, of course, Buddy Holly was another big influence, you know, on the Beatles, and so was Eddie Cochran, and people like Chuck Berry as well were big influences on the Beatles. Buddy Holly, one of the rock and roll greats who we unfortunately lost at a young age. He was, of course, a great rock and roller with hits like Peggy Sue, That'll Be the Day, Oh Boy, Not Fade Away, Rave On as well. It Doesn't Matter Anymore. He had loads of great songs, and it really is like a shame that he didn't get the chance to take his career to another level. You know, we kind of have. It would be nice to know what kind of music he would have done if he got the chance to take his career to another level. But that never really happened. But this is it's left loads of great songs with us, and this is a 1969 compilation on Coral through MCA. Got quite a lot of Buddy Holly records, so I might do a video on them. Because I've got a Buddy Holly 6LP box set, which I probably could have showed, but I thought I'd just show this one. This is a mono. So there's that one. And this is probably one of my favourite rock and roll artists. The Everly Brothers, of course, big influence on many artists like the Beatles, Simon and Garfunkel. You know, they really were a big influence. They started off 50s rock and roll. Hits like Bye Bye Love, Wake Up Little Susie, All I Have to Do Is Dream, Let It Be Me, loads of great rock and roll records of the early 50s, and even became known in hits for 60s like Kathy's Clown and Walk Right Back, as well as Lucille, I think they did. Yeah, Lucille, even though Little Richard did record that song. That was the song. And this is a 1986 compilation on Ace Records with a gatefold sleeve. Here's a label. Yeah, I might do a video on the Everly Brothers records because I've got quite a lot of their records and I've been thinking of doing it for a while, so but why not? Might do it recently since I've got a lot of time on my hands. Yep, this one's got a nice cover to it. You know. There's that one. And this is probably one of my favourite rock and roll acts, probably my favourite artist, Roy Orbison, who I recently did a video regarding my vinyl collection. But yeah, Roy Orbison, he was one of those 60s greats. He had a great voice as well. He started off at rock and roll on Sun Records with you know, like Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins and Jerry Lee Lewis. And in the 60s he became known for hits like Only the Lonely, Pretty Woman, In Dreams, It's Over, Crying, Running Scared. The list just goes on and on when you think of his songs. And this is an example of this compilation. This is a 1988 compilation on Telstar Records. One I recently showed in a video. It's a great compilation. One, if you're not like rock and roll but not an Orbison fan, it's still one for the collection. Or if you just like music and want to know about Roy Orbison, then just get this compilation. Really, it's got a lot of 60s hits, but he also became known for the Travelling Wilburys decades later in the 1980s with George Harrison, Jeff Lynne, Tom Petty and Bob Dylan as well. So okay. There's that one. Legendary Roy Orbison, of course, he is legendary. And this guy is also great as well, Johnny Cash. Now Johnny Cash I know was many different genres, but he started off similar with Elvis and Roy Orbison. He was on Sun Records and then he became known throughout hits like I Walk the Line, Folsom Prison Blues, Hey Porter, Get Rhythm as well, Big River. Loads of like great rock and roll songs, and even Ballad of a Teenage Queen and Guess Things Happen That Way are two of my favourites as well. But he became known in the 60s as well for hits like Ring of Fire and A Boy Named Sue and Orange Blossom Special as well. So he had loads of great songs throughout his long career, you know. And this is a 1969 compilation on the Sun label. I showed this before in a Johnny Cash video, and I've got the other two volumes of this one as well. And these next two are linked with different artists. Well, I'm going to show them anyway because they still feature like rock and roll artists. And this is the $1 Million Quartet. And what this one is basically a session that Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, Elvis and Johnny Cash did at Sun Records in Memphis. Basically just different songs. So yeah, these are the songs they do on here. Might be an interesting listen. Might include this in the next first time listens video. And this is on Sun Records, but I don't know which distribution this is from. But this came out in 1981, but this was recorded in 1956. Got a nice Sun label. And the last one is also linked. It's the Class of 55 that features Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison and Johnny Cash. They all get together and they record this album, which is really cool. This came out in 1986, and this is a promo copy. I showed this in my Roy Orbison vinyl collection video, but I'm going to show it again anyway. This is on America Smash. Again, I might include this one in my first time listens video for this month one. I'm sort of preparing for that one. Let's leave America Smash. So there we go, that's my rock and roll video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you have. Hope hope to see you again for the next video, and do check out James Griffiths' channel because it's got a lot of great content on there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.